Hello everyone and welcome to my triple match in the A.E.U.G. All of them in space, by the way. So sit back and I hope you have fun watching it. In the meantime, I'm going to talk about how I'm doing so far. My arm is recovering. I'm able to work 2 full days now instead of doing very short days of only doing more doing work in the morning and anything else. Otherwise, I'm doing some exercise, spinning. Is it called that? I don't know how you call it in English. Basically, it's cycling, but on a how do you say? I don't have the word for it. Either way, I'm doing things to help myself and be in better condition, taking better care of my muscles and other parts of my body and all that. You know how it goes. Other than that, honestly, I'm doing pretty well. I haven't played this game. I haven't played GBO2 in a long time, and neither have I played any other games. Sometimes looking at GBO and going into practice mode, but nothing too intensive. If I play any matches, I'm currently still not very confident I'd be able to take that on for a long time, because you know, gotta take care of my arms. And yeah, so I waited a long time also before posting a match again to do some video editing for the heck of it. And I've noticed over the last 2 weeks that my Gaza C match is my most popular video so far, or at least the one most viewed at this point. I don't know why, but I'm going to assume that Bodhi is threatening people, threatening to break their legs if they don't watch it, or he's making multiple accounts just because At least that's one theory. But other than that, the A.E.U.G, let's talk about that. It's still my most favorite grunt suit ever in Gundam, and it's an amazing suit in GBO2. It has, of course, the clay bazooka, the ASL double beam guns, a beam saber, a second stun in the form of the birdline launcher, amazing Vulcans, and well, that's it. Yeah, and it can also use the shrapnel, but you're better off using the normal bazooka. I'm not sure if it has it is immune to mobile suit explosions, but still, it's an amazing suit. I also have the level 2, but I haven't used that one so far. I'm wondering if it can do work in space in 550. And otherwise, yeah, it's still a beautiful suit. It's one of my most favorite UC suits again, and one of my most favorite grunt suits, and one of my most favorite suits in Gundam ever. And yeah, I don't have much to talk about. I just see, also, well, you can see we are doing pretty well in this match. We have a huge leap, and we have this Nemo tree destroyed instead of, I wanted to say cornered, but no. And there's a Gaza L, who's going to be at our mercy as well. This is why you don't charge in as a raid against 3 generals. Oh wait. one support and 2 generals, but still. Yeah, but everyone makes mistakes and all that. And also, yeah, Psycho Zaku in this game. I'm terrible with it. I played one match with it and it was my worst match ever when it came to playing a suit at all. At least in space. I don't know what my worst ground suit is, but so far for space it's definitely the Psycho Zaku. And it's mostly because I'm way too... Yeah, I don't know what... I'm terrible at those long-range charging beam weapons for some reason. Like the... Yeah, like that, like its beam bazooka. And I'm terrible with... Well, with those really sniper-like suits. And for some reason the Psycho Zaku just... It's not really my kind of suit. I know it's kind of like a camper, but I'm pretty sure that's not my kind of suit anyway. But I don't remember the Psycho Zaku being as fragile as the camper. I'm pretty sure it isn't. And yeah. And apparently that counter hit even though he went past me. Because of course GBO2 latency and all that, but still that Nemo 3 wouldn't be able to kill me. And then I got destroyed. And other than that, you know, one thing I also really like, and I remember that when I watched Salty Walty's video about in one of his latest matches in the Galgo ground type. He talked about how would he asked the question to his viewers, how would you personally customize your mobile suit? And I answered as well, and it was basically a Gelga Jaeger upgraded to a Gelga Vertex, and that's a thing that's already showed up somewhere. I know it's a thing. At least according to the Gundam Wiki, but I can't fully trust that. And hey, we won. But there are still 2 more matches to show. As you see, our raid did top work really well. And our support finished off a lot of people. But I did pretty good as well in this match. But anyway, back to the topic at hand. Yeah, so... or at least my space equipment type would basically be Gelga Jaeger with the Vertex shoulders and backpack and all the weapons of the Vertex, except on one arm I would have the beam gun and on the other arm I would have the grenade launcher. And my beam rifle would be the Marine Gelgu Commander's Gelgu rifle, or beam rifle I mean, because I really like, but upgrading it like it has slower bursts, a bigger damaging burst beams, and slightly slower, but basically more firepower. And the beam gun would be upgraded to be faster and all that. And well, other than that, yeah, you have the Vertex weapons. And my ground configuration would be the Gelg ground type beam rifle. Wait, what? I mean Gelg ground type shoulders and backpack. I slipped up there for a bit. And it's still the same wait, I said Vertex, not Regelgu. Wow, my mind is not here at the moment. I meant, when I meant Vertex, I actually meant Regelgu. So Regelgu shoulders and backpack and the A.E.U.G grenade launcher, and on the other arm the Jaeger beam gun, and the A.E.U.G Marine Commander beam gun. Yeah, otherwise I'm pretty sure I explained it correctly. But the ground configuration would be a ground type A.E.U.G backpack, the A.E.U.G Gunter shield, which I would also use on my space configuration, the giant bazooka as a firing weapon, and I would put hardpoint on the backpack of the A.E.U.G ground type backpack of my ground configuration. Also, it would still be a Jaeger, but either way, it would then be able to use the Zaku half cannon backpack, or the other thing that could be on the hardpoint would be the big gun that the Zaku cannon uses. But honestly, thinking about that, maybe I would customize my A.E.U.G differently, but oh well. I don't know. As it is, those ideas are fine, but A.E.U.G wouldn't be my first choice when it comes to the 1 year war mobile suits. I would rather go for a Dom or a Rig Dom. I like that one far more, and I already know how I would customize it, because I would have a vanilla Dom, put extra thrusters on the back of the legs like the Dom Tropical Test Type has and the Dom Cannons have, and extra armor, kind of like what the Dom Tropen has, or at least arms of the Dom Tropen and maybe the backpack if that's possible. But then again, I'm not sure if that backpack could be made for space use, because I would like my Rig Dom to be able to be used on land or on Earth and in space. So probably only the Dom Tropen arms, and upgrade that beam gun in the chest to make it be able to shoot like the Rig Dom 2. Allow it to use the beam bazooka, but otherwise for ballistic weapon I would use the normal giant bazooka. So basically I would have a hard point where I would be able to use both the beam bazooka and the normal giant bazooka, just because why not. And yeah, again, thrusters on the back of the legs, upgrade the backpack and all that. Although maybe if it would be later on and I would still have that Dom, I would probably put a Dryson backpack on it, put a tri-blades, but replace a heat rod with a beam saber then, because you know that's fun. And have one of those knuckle shields, or what do you call those spiked shields, because you know then you can ram, and that wouldn't be too heavy of a shield. But I need to think about that more, honestly. I'm being a bit too haphazardly talking about it. And otherwise, you know, if I could customize my Rig Diaz, honestly, when it comes to loadout, it's pretty much fine, or at least with weapons. Well, then again, instead of 2 beam guns, I would upgrade to the, say, if it was possible, to use the Zero Shiki or the Yakushiki beam rifle, because those are really that's really powerful, and instead have 2 clay bazookas on the back binders, because I like having 2 bazookas why not? Shouldn't be impossible for it to use both. And then you have a hard point on the back skirt for the beam gun possibly. Or another part, I don't know. Keep the beam saber, keep the Vulcans, put extra thrusters on the back of the legs. Have, yeah, I wouldn't change too much about the rig Diaz, just slightly change it. Oh yeah, grenade launchers on the arms, that would also be pretty cool. But yeah. Me talking and rambling about upgrading and how I customize my mobile suits. Maybe I need to make a more dedicated video about that. Otherwise, yeah. Again, did pretty well in this match. Although I wasn't very good as the ace, you know. Got killed 4 times. Still got praised by one of my opponents. And I was still able to be... I was still better than the opposing ace, so that's at least something. In the end, it was a pretty good match, so there's that. And now on to the final match. This time I won't be the ace, but I'm still going to perform very well. Our ace is going to be the Nemo 3. We have 2 Mark IIs, which I don't understand why you would use that suit in space, since it's more of a melee-oriented suit, and in this map, yeah, range is much better. So the Nemo's fine, and honestly that Garibaldi Beta Phileas stream time is fine too. But yeah. Oh, and there's a Gaza D. Of course, a 500. That one should be able to perform pretty well, honestly, in this level. There's plenty of weapons as well. But yeah. And wait, is this 550 possibly? I don't know. I don't remember the Mark. For some reason I thought the Mark II was in 550. But that doesn't make any sense. And here's a full armor Gundam. Yeah, it's 500. That I eliminated. And I'm with... I was with the Phileas stream Garibaldi Beta, but yeah. And well, he expended his dodge roll, so I was able to do a downswing, but yeah, I am lower in health than him, so I need to do some evasive maneuvers. And we both stunned each other, and then I was stupid enough to go in straight for the melee. Because, you know, that's a smart thing to do when we both plan to do that. Should have instead gone for the clay bazooka or for the birdlime launcher, and then stun, and then do the melee. But, you know, sometimes you forget those things. And my team's pretty much being eliminated again. I call for a retreat, but we're doing pretty well with the scores. Yeah, so back on the conversation, by the way, on customizing mobile suits. For anyone that does watch, what is your favorite mobile suit and how would you customize it? Although exclude any Gundams, because you know everyone likes a Gundam, but those aren't mass production suits except for a few times, like the original RX-78. Technically, it has been, well, that's a limited production line, but that one has been produced in a large number. And the ground Gundam as well, but not things like the EZ-8, for example, or the Gerber Tetra. Well, that's not a mass production mode. But you know, things like A suits and and those that are only in extremely small, like extremely small numbers. Though I would Jack Doga would be fine, I guess. But since there are plenty of other kinds of Saikamu system using Gyaradoga looking mobile suits, like the Psycho Doga and all that. But you know what I mean, like the one-off mobile suits. Because when it came to, say, the Unit 4 or 5, technically they were RX-78s, just upgraded and slightly different. So again, those are limited production, those can count. Or for example, the Victory Gundam, because you had the Hexa. Or the Crossbone Gundam, which were also multiple produced of. Quite a bit actually. Yeah, a lot of different types, but still it was a limited production mobile suit. And same for the F91. Those were actually limited. Those were actually mass produced to a certain point. If you know your lore about late UC. So stuff like that, you know. Unless you use the whole thing of you're making a gunpla and you customize it however you want. But also just don't go overboard. Because you also have to think about things like the generator, the weight of the mobile suit, and all that. But stuff like that. And well, again, I already know. I would just go upgrade my Rick Diaz since that's my favorite grunt suit and one of my all-time favorite suits. I would choose it over things like the Jinx 4 even, or other. Yeah, because the Jinx 4 is cool, but I just like the Rick Diaz more. I would also love for the Rick Diaz 2 to one day show up somewhere in the animated, in the anime. That would be also cool. Kinda like how it looks, but I still prefer the original Rick Diaz. Also, I also like the normal Rick Diaz more than the thrusted Diaz, or the stern Diaz, however you want to call it. Also, here am I doing a Vulcan charge, but the sun came too late before I could rescue my ace. But again, I already said what I would do. I would upgrade my Rick Diaz. 2 clay bazookas instead of 1, a more powerful beam rifle. So basically upping the generator. Maybe I would also use a different, if it was possible, something like a upgrade on the backpack, like an not like the Frozen Diaz binders, but something else. Like for example, the Rig DJ. Those have that's a much more powerful binder backpack, and that one should be able to have more, yeah, more hard points, or just as much. But anyway, that was the last match. Thank you all for listening to me rambling. Also, I did really well, and yeah, I was better than the ace. I didn't do very well at defending the ace and all that, but I did good myself, and honestly, I prefer doing well more myself than doing bad, obviously. So anyway, thank you all for... Okay, so it got a bit cut off because I just noticed at a later time that I ran out of time. So again, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed watching while listening to me ramble and being a freaking nerd. But anyway, again, see you all some other time. Bye.